Hello, I'm here. See who's here today. Hello, guys. Aaron, Vaughn, Al, Juan, Oz, Fern. Hello, everybody. Hey, Jeff, John, the Roos family. Riz family. Hello. Alex, Mr. Martinez, Greg, Terry. Hello. Hey, Oz. April. Sacramento is here today. So, Reese family, could you say hi to my son, Isron? Is it Isron? Hello, big fan. So Terry, it looks like that trip is going to happen on May 7th, first Friday in May. So we do have one opening, so you can jump on that trip for the trip that didn't happen, if that's still good for you. If not, we'll put that one spot up for sale. Okay, good. If you can't call Monica on Tuesday and let her know you'll take that spot, and I'll tell her not to post anything. Hey, Derek, Tony. Let's see what they caught today. Fred, what did the boats do today? I'm going fishing tomorrow on the Coral, no, not tomorrow, Saturday on the Coral Sea. Jay Ibarra, is it? From Sacramento. Going on Ocean Odyssey for a day and a half trip. Should I rent a rod or to be your first time? Yeah, there's a good chance you're going to run into tuna. So I don't know what kind of tackle you have, but I would have something for tuna fishing and definitely for yellowtail fishing. So you're going to want something light like a 25-pound rig and then something at least 50 pounds in case you get into that bigger tuna. Okay, so what did the local boats do? Newport had 60 calico bass. That's good. 12 sculpin, 6 rockfish, 4 sand bass. I wonder where they went. Pier Point, 108 whitefish, 100 rockfish, 44 sculpin, 32 picacho. Long Beach, probably the Victory, 87 whitefish, 65 sculpin, 34 Picacho, and 1 sheephead. Redondo, 180 rockfish, 21 whitefish, 5 lingcod. Marina del Rey, 310 rockfish. Channel Islands, Sea Landing Santa Barbara had 276 rockfish, 244 red snapper, and 50 whitefish. So that sounds pretty good. John, thank you very much. Well, the Coral Sea fishes out of Santa Barbara, so they normally run up the coast when the weather's a little windy, or they run over to the islands, the Channel Islands. Take it for granted that you guys know when I say islands, I'm talking about up north, that I mean Channel Islands. Okay, so John got the first ticket of the day. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, Derek, I did an overnight trip on the Coral Sea last year, and we ran past Point Conception on an overnight trip. That was fun. Yeah, they go to San Miguel, especially on the overnight trips. So any questions for me today? Kirk, if there are no lobsters in Long Beach Harbor, how far north will you have to go to catch lobsters? There's plenty of lobsters in Santa Monica Bay. Santa Monica Bay has no commercial fishing, and they usually do pretty good there. And a little bit, just going that much farther north, the water's a little bit cooler, and the lobsters seem to like that. But there's also good lobster fishing in Catalina. That's what the Gale Force and the Trident normally do. Warren, we didn't have the charter on Saturday. We had a charter on Sunday, and it was a little lumpy, and 3 of my 4 passengers got really, really seasick. We had to come in a little early. We only caught a few fish before we had to call it. 2 of them were really, really sick, so we came back early. I have a charter this Sunday, and Saturday I'm going up to Santa Barbara to fish at Sea Landing. Kind of excited because I'm just going to go fishing, so should be fun. All right, so let me demonstrate the chum line thing. Oh, too late. She's in the middle of chum line. So normally you throw these way out there to get her started. Right now she's starting off right into the boat. Okay. Fern. Dan, is Emeryville just rockfish, or do they catch any surface fish? They really don't surface fish in Northern Cal. What they do though is if it's windy, we fish in the bay for stripers and halibut and white sea bass. But normally when we do that, it is it's dropper loop rig, so it's not fly line fishing. That's how they do that. That's a good point, Jeff. I didn't even think to ask him if he was thinking about going lobster fishing. Yes, guys, lobster fishing is closed right now till October. And if you have a lobster card, you need to mail it in soon so you don't get in trouble and get fined when you go to pay for your next year's lobster card. They will charge you more. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Tango Whiskey. Al. Yeah, April knows where the food line is. All right, so let me demonstrate my chumming technique again. So I take my Pretend these are sardines. And I start a line way back there. And you start chumming like this. And like April will do, the fish will just come down the chum line till they're right under the boat. April. So I got my chum line. I've been throwing bait out for a little bit. April. And this is how fishing is. You can throw all the chum out there and the fish just don't come. And then you chum a little bit more and the boat swings. Then the fish finds you. April. April. Come on, April. Sometimes you have to talk to the fish too. Go here, fishy, fishy, fishy. April. Come here, April. Maybe she was happy with the first hot dog. All right, we'll let the chum soak. Let me answer some questions here. You would be in trouble. I don't think I'd be in trouble. She doesn't care what the reason is, as long as she gets a hot dog. She doesn't care if I'm using her for demonstration. Oh, what else? Rayman. Okay, Saturday. My first overnight at El Dorado. Oh, you should do good. April has earned her SAG card. I don't have a SAG card. Hey, Greg Soaks, hello. So Greg says that at Silverwood Lake, there's a good topwater bite going on. He would know. He makes topwater baits. Yeah, Kurt, I want a Dodger dog. I'm sure April would love one too. Okay, I hear the fish coming. There she comes. That's the way fish work. Except they're faster. Remember, April's like over 12 years old. She's old. She's finding all the chum in the slick. She's going to find that other one. She's going to work her way closer and closer and closer. That's all there is, guys. That's how easy fishing is. Fish just come to you like that. Just have to be patient and wait for them. Okay. Yeah, Eldorado's a nice boat. Jeff, yeah, she's full of little micro baits. She doesn't care what kind of hot dog it is. It could be a micro hot dog or it could be a huge one. She'll eat the whole thing. Okay. Aaron says he got a little report for Catalina for you guys. Bonita are what's biting best. Front side. I guess they're trolling. Yeah, I haven't heard of any yellowtail coming from there yet. Hello, Eric. Hello, Chris. Chris says he fished the Stardust last Sunday. Santa Barbara caught limits of reds. Nice. John going fishing out of Dana Point. Dana Wolf on Saturday. I'm pretty sure they're going to target rockfish, but I don't know. Maybe the calicos are starting to bite. I haven't heard if the water's gotten warmer, but Dana Wharf today had they released 85 calicos, so that means they caught a lot of shorts. But they had 15 legals, 20 sheephead, 23 bocaccio, 27 rockfish, 50 red snapper. So they're fishing inside. They're fishing the shallow rockfish, and then they're probably fishing along the kelp line of the rocks for the calicos and the sand bass. Look, April's still in the chum line waiting for more bait. Hey, Zach from Oakland, how you doing? She's waiting, just waiting for another chum line. Fish guy, are there supplies for reels getting better at the tackle stores? I don't know about all the tackle stores. I know the Longfin has a bunch of reels in, but I don't know which ones they have in. Best to like make the phone call before you go, because a lot of the stores just got wiped out. And I was talking to Daiwa, and a lot of their popular reels won't even be until July. So I ordered some reels straight from the factory, and they won't have them here till July. Jose, going out on the Searcher tomorrow. What setup should I take? Depends how many days you're going. If you're just going one day or day and a half. If you're going one day, I'd be, if they told you to bring a passport, then you'd probably be yellowtail fishing at the Coronados. If it's a day and a half, you'll probably be tuna fishing. Looks like 2 bluefin tuna got landed today. And let me see who got all the yellowtail. H&M had 275 yellowtail today, and 2 bluefin tuna. So that's pretty good. So let's see who got all the yellowtail today. The Old Glory had 137 yellowtail and 2 bluefin tuna. But they were on a day and a half trip. And the half-day boats just had rockfish and sculpin. The Grande was on a full day. They had mainly rockfish and 2 yellowtail. The Old Glory on a one-day trip had 21 bluefin and 3 yellowtail. So that was just a one-day trip overnight. That's pretty good, 21 tuna. For April, that's really, really good. Raymond, thank you. Can you comment on when to use or buy low profile reels with different ratios? I normally go with the slower ones. I normally go with the 6-to-1s. The faster the reel is, the less guts it'll have. And I mean by that, the less power the reel will have. So I usually am not working a jig really fast on a low profile reel. If there's a particular reason you need to work a jig really super fast, 7-to-1 to 8-to-1 would be okay. But for most of the fishing I'm doing, it's live bait or I'm fishing a bucktail. When I'm fishing a bucktail, I'm not working it fast. And when I'm fishing magic metal light jig, which I use a lot for surface fish, I fish it slow. So I'm fishing this jig or fishing a bucktail or live bait, I just fish the slower reels, the 6-to-1s. Okay, Raymond, thank you very much for your ticket, and I'm glad you got your Arctic ice. Looks like we have a couple more tickets to go. Let me see. Fish guy, Dan. I've never fished with Dennis Luckenbach in Southern Cal, but just should fish with him in Morro Bay. Yeah, I fished with them in Morro Bay, and I fished with them in Alaska. Several times in Alaska, several times in Morro Bay, and a hell of a lot of times in Redondo, when he was running out of Redondo. Yeah, I only need like 50 more subscribers. 50 more subscribers to get to 20,000. So if you guys have 50 friends out there that you can get to subscribe tonight, we can get there. Need 52 more subscribers. 52. Can we get 52? We got 70 people in here now. Okay. Richard say after a few weeks of getting skunked, finally put some surf perch. Some surf perch. I'm new to surf fishing. Any tips on pulling halibut stripers off the shores? Where are you fishing? If you're fishing in Southern California, there's very few spots you can get stripers, but all the beaches should have halibut. So thin profile baits. I don't think I have one here, but a bait like this without the long bill. This long bill is so that the bait will dive deep. But when you're surf fishing, you don't need a long bill. Just need a little tiny bill to make it move. But thin profile bait like this will work out good for halibut. And I have heard of people catching them on bucktails using half ounce and 1 ounce bucktails. So that works too. Jeff, what are some spots to try shore fishing for halibut locally? I would try any of the beaches, and beaches close to rocks, like the jetties. The halibut seem to like to lay next to the rocks. Sometimes on the rocks, because the rocks will retain heat. So sometimes they'll do that. Pandemic, thank you. It's not pandemic. Pandanic. I'm so bad at this. Butchering names. Thank you very much. You got 2 tickets. Jamie, thank you. Look at April waiting. Circling the baits. Circling the chum line. Ooh, we got 3 tickets now. Thank you, guys. I haven't tried this, but I've seen pictures of guys doing it where they're surf fishing and they catch barred perch, catch a decent sized barred perch, and then they put a hook on it and toss it out in the surf, and they catch halibut. I've seen some guys, a bunch of guys, not a bunch, but a few guys in San Diego do that, but I haven't tried that myself. Okay, what are the questions that I miss here? Okay. Yeah, and you guys see what Jeff says there about super fast reels, how they'll stall out on bigger fish. Yeah, the super fast reels just don't have the power. So I really don't. I don't own. I have one super fast reel, but it's a large 4.0 narrow that I use for yo-yo fishing, but that's about the only time. And it isn't an 8-to-1. Thank you, Pandemic, for the support. I appreciate it. Tango Whiskey, been trying to keep my rod up. Matthew. Okay, that's cool. Some of the Walmarts still have my lures. Richard, Dan, do you use slow pitch jigs and lures at all? I'm not sure what you mean by slow pitch. The 3 lures I normally fish: Magic Minnow jig. This is a large one for rockfish, lingcod, and stuff. I'll be using that this weekend up north. Magic Middle Light, surface bait. Use this for calico bass, barracuda, bonita, yellowtail, and you fish this really slow. And bucktails. This is the HD with the large hook. And all these you can find on my website. So I've heard about the slow pitch thing. I'm sure Kevin's going to tell me what that is. No, I don't know what exactly that is. Yeah, we're not 20,000 yet. We need to get over 50 more people. So if your kids haven't subscribed, if your wife hasn't subscribed, please get them to subscribe. I'd love to get to 50. I'd love to get those 50 people so I can get to 20,000 subscribers by the weekend. So maybe we can do it with your guys' help. And you guys can share these videos with your friends. You know, share these videos and see if we can get more people. You know, you can copy the links, post them on your Facebook page, on your own YouTube channels, and see if we can get more people. Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I think it goes by, Jeff, I think it goes by your name on there. Okay, Eric, thank you very much. And then Jose is talking to Jeff. When fishing for bluefin, do you go spectra to fluoro or use mono? I can guarantee you he's going to say use mono. But yeah, don't go spectra straight to fluoro because you will bust off a bunch of fish. And how do I know? I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. So. Oh, I want to warn you guys, the Gale Force trip for July, we're probably going to have to move the date because I need to be in Orlando, Florida that week for the ICAST convention. So those of you that are already signed up on that trip, I'm trying to figure out a date that works for the boat. So we might have to move it a week or two. So hopefully you guys can still go or signed up for it in July. But if you can't, the boat will either move you to another date or refund you. And then we'll still have other dates that will be coming up August, September. And you guys signed up so fast that Ryan wants me to do a trip in October. So we'll probably do that. But I really need to be in Orlando for that convention to try to get some sponsors. So a couple of companies have asked me to show up for meetings. Fan Addict. Okay, so it is Fan Addict. All right, thank you for letting me know. Fan Addict D. Fan Addict. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. So I won't keep butchering your YouTube name. Eric F. Cherry Beach, Long Beach. Yeah, if you really want to target halibut, I would say try to catch some smelt and then put them on a dropper loop rig or a sliding rig. That's how I used to catch them off Belmont Pier when I used to fish there. But we back then were able to buy anchovies at on the pier. They used to sell live anchovies. But if you're like on Belmont Pier, Seal Beach Pier, you should be able to catch smelt with the sabiki rig, and then just have a long rope on a bucket so you can bring some salt water up, keep them in there alive, and that should work. Okay. So you guys are helping each other out. That's good. See if there's any questions. John wants to know, what's the technique for fishing for rockfish? There isn't a lot of technique fishing for rockfish. You can fish a double dropper loop rig, or a simple rig like this works out good. Or I like to use these swivels, these sleeve rigs that slide down your line and you crimp them, and then your leader comes off it, and just put a 1/2 ounce or 1 ounce bucktail on it. That works out good. I'm going to use this rig when I go this weekend on the Coral Sea. And then if you want, you can put a swivel at the very bottom for your sinker. That way, if you hook a rock, it'll break open. And then you can just tie this straight through to your main line. But for the bigger lingcod, really, I pretty much fished exclusively 6 ounce B52 bucktail with a large single grub on there, and just kind of swim it a little bit on the bottom. Or I fish a big jig, magic metal 10 ounce, and just work it off the bottom, and it works really good for the lingcod. That's pretty much how I do it. But if you're just going to fish bait or something, just a double dropper loop rig is really all you need. Okay, so Chris is explaining the slow pitch rigs. Tim, Dan, you need to do glow with. Yeah, we tried. We did a trip together out of Long Beach, and he wasn't feeling well that day, so we didn't film anything. Fishing was a little slow, water was rough, but we took a picture together, and it's on my Instagram. He's a really nice guy. I'll see if I can get something with him again. Maybe I can get him to come with me when I'm up in Emeryville. So he's up there in Northern Cal. Eric F., I will be in Southern Oregon, August, September. Yeah, if you're going to be in Oregon, August, September, go albacore fishing. Check the weather. If the weather isn't too bad, go albacore fishing. That's where the guys from Emeryville and San Francisco I talked to go, and they say it's awesome fishing. Yeah, they're going to have the ICAST show for sure in July. So, and from what I hear, they've already had a bunch of conventions in Orlando, but that's the goal, is to go to ICAST. So sorry to do that to you guys, but we're going to have to move the date of that trip in July. So that's why it's going to get moved. Okay. Fortnite says, I have a big question. What I need to get. Are you asking about sheep's head? If you're asking about sheep's head, shrimp works out really good. You get along a kelp bed and use shrimp, and you should catch them. Let's see, what other question? Yeah, Fortnite, I would say shrimp would be the number one way. We catch them on shrimp, on squid too, but shrimp is the easiest way to catch them normally. Okay, guys, I got 85 of you in here and only 42 likes. Can we get some more likes, please? Yeah, Kevin's giving you guys a good tip there about tuna fishing with Spectra, that you really need to add the top shot. Yeah, Tim, I was at San Clemente one time and we got 110 bluefin tuna anchored up there. So There are bluefin there. And as you guys see more grunion runs, that's a great time to go surf fishing for halibut. Because those grunion, they're like a chum line. They bring the halibut to the beach. Like this brings April into the room. Look, my fish is way back there. She's right there, just waiting. She smells the hot dog. Boom. Work the chum line. Telling you guys, it's that simple. So sounds like Jeff likes the double uni knot. That's good. Use that. Yeah, if the grunion are running right now, it might be a good time to go ahead and hit the. We'll get there. Yeah, Fisherman's Life, he makes really pretty videos. I mean, he does a good job. He does a really good job. I like his videos, but he films them more like little movies. And lots of his videos, he only catches one or two fish. You know, he's made his mark by, the whole destination, getting there, nice, beautiful drone shots of him driving to destination, walking, and then he catches a fish or two and then he cooks it up. But he puts in his work. I mean, he goes and camps out sometimes and does all that. Greg, I'm hoping to take the bait with me. I'm taking the bait with me Saturday. Try it out. Okay, so Jeff's helping people with questions. That's good. Yes, shrimp for sheephead is the way to go. So Fortnite needs to say hi to his dad. So hello, Hugo Ramirez. Hello, hello, hello. I have cousins that are Ramirez's, but they don't live in California. They live in Texas. Actually, most of my family is in Texas, except for my brother, who's in Kansas. Thank you, Greg S. In Kansas with 7 kids. Roach, have you ever used grunion for bait? No, I have not. What else? Florida rivers. So Greg S, thank you. Aaron says sardine is better than anchovy. I really like having a lot of anchovies on the boat because you get a lot more bait in your bait tank. You know, if you get those big sardines, you don't get that many baits. And if you're buying a scoop or 2 scoops of bait, but if you got 2 scoops of anchovies, that's a whole lot of bait. And to get those fish around, you really want to have that for chum. And if you can get the fish, you throw one big sardine as chum, that's going to feed a calico bass and he'll be done for the day. But if you're chumming anchovies, you can get them to eat a couple of anchovies and they'll still eat the anchovy with the hook in it. JS, thank you very much. You won the other day. What else is here? Single hook, sure. Yeah, I normally fish reverse dropper loop rig for halibut when I'm drifting, but I guess it would work for sheephead. We usually catch ours just on a regular dropper loop rig, but there's no reason it wouldn't work with the reverse dropper loop rig. Okay. I got JS already. Robert, yeah, it's $3 is the minimum to get into the drawing, and these are the prizes for tonight. Okay, but I don't want you to think you have to, because there is no mandatory to do that. And Kevin just reminded me that the trout opener up in the Sierras is next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. I got an email about being on a Zoom call for a press conference about it, because they're not having the luncheon press conference like they normally do. But that's what the trout opener up in Sierras is next week, last weekend in April. Okay, fish guy is talking to somebody. Robert, you are welcome. Derek likes sardines. Yeah, sardines are good to fish with, but you really want to have anchovies so you can chum up the fish. And this is what I mean. Well, I don't have an example here, but if I had, I was trying to see if I had any rubber fish around here, but I don't. But the sardines are so big and the anchovies are much smaller, so you get a lot more for your money if they have anchovies. What else is here? Yeah, he doesn't have much fishing experience down here. Most of his fishing, Derek, is up there in the northern Cal. He does freshwater fishing too. So 777 Dorado. He likes a saltish shrimp bit. Put in the freezer. I'm sure that would work. What I normally do is buy the shrimp that haven't been cleaned. You want the outside shell on them. You don't want the guts cut out of them. You just want them, like that, and they work fine. The outside shell will hold the hook on, keep the meat together, but you don't want to get the ones that are all clean. The herder says, Dan, I got 5 spots for me. The kids on the Malahini. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I saw somebody bought a bunch of spots on that. Let's see. Fred. Yeah, he's asking you guys to hit the like button. Thank you. Please hit the like button. We got 85 of you here and only 60 likes. Joe, Dan, have you ever trolled with a fish planer? No, I've never tried that. What I want to try this year is trolling with the downrigger. I heard that works pretty good. And I don't know if it works for yellowtail, but I heard it was deadly for the calicos down on the deeper spots. But I would think it would work for the yellowtails too. But I'm going to try that this year. I'm gonna just go over there on my own and try to do that. Try fishing with the downrigger. I have already mounted the mounts for the downrigger on my boat, and I didn't try it last year. I didn't have any trips where I had the time to do it, but I think I'll try it this year. Okay. Raymond, that's just a superstition that the guys talk about. Like if the fish gave its life for you and you've never caught a tuna before, then the guys like to, get all the rookies and make them eat the heart. You don't have to do it. A lot of people do it, but lots of times there's beer involved. But, yeah, and they call it good juju. So a lot of guys will do it the first time they catch one. And they're so excited. A guy that's been fishing for years and never caught a tuna, he finally gets that fish, even if it's a 15, 20 pounder, 100 pounder. They'll go ahead and bite the heart. I see them do that all the time. Matt says, Shauna says hi tonight. Hello, Shauna. And Matt, let me get you a ticket. Should I put Shauna's name on the ticket? I'll put Matt's name on the ticket. Thank you. Tracy, thank you. See, let me try to catch up to all the comments here. Tim P. Haven't seen Nacho have sardines. He's got plenty of sardines. You haven't seen anchovies in a while, but he always has sardines. Yeah, 7.7 Dorado has a nice point there, guys. If you have some small mackerel in the bait tank, don't be afraid to put those on a dropper loop for halibut. And small mackerel, or it doesn't matter what size mackerel, the big calicos and sand bass will eat them. Not a problem. Fortnite, when can you go fishing with me? I should probably post my trips here. You can just go to my website and we have a link there that says book online right underneath the logo. And here's a link there. So these are all the trips that we'll be filming this year. So you can come there, see whatever trip you want to go on. We also have the trips on the Gale Force. They're normally on the third Thursday of the month that we are doing for just to come and meet me and come fish with me. They're not filmed for TV, so that works out good. Yeah, like Greg says, guys, raw shrimp, do not cook them. Do not buy cooked shrimp. Those do not work out very well. Robert Saldana, thank you. Yeah, the other thing too you guys can do on the shrimp thing if you're fishing for sheephead, and we've done this the last few trips when we're starting to get low on shrimp, we cut them in half and we still get bit. We're still catching sheephead with just half a shrimp. Tango Whiskey got a guy at Belmont Pier to eat bonita heart. That's cruel. Okay, Edwin says 15 days to turn in your lobster card, guys. Edwin gets a ticket. Thank you, Edwin. There's your ticket. Okay, I got the fish at the door. Let me see what else is on here. See if I can catch up to more questions. Aaron, Dan, do you ever eat the bonito raw on your boat? I never eat any of the fish raw on the boat because I know they have parasites, so I always cook them. If I have sashimi at home, I will freeze them at least one night, and then when I defrost them, I wrap them in paper towels to suck all the moisture out of the fish, and it makes the meat tighter and makes it really nice for cutting up for sashimi. So that's what I do. But even when you have sashimi at a sushi bar, they freeze all that fish to kill the parasites. Okay. So that's Aaron's question. Kurt, this year, are you going to Alaska? Having a trip to Hawaii? Yeah, the only problem with Hawaii is the boats are really pricey. But if you guys can figure out an inexpensive trip that people could afford to Hawaii, let me know. I don't mind doing a trip like that. We could do that. Adrian Sanchez. Hello, Dan. Please say hi to my kids, Lexi and is it Natalie? Adelina? Lexi and Adelina? Hello, girls. Hola. They're watching with you. Okay, Lexi, Nalina, if you have a YouTube channel, please subscribe. I'm sure you don't. See what else here. What are the biggest sardines? They're big. I mean, sometimes they're really, really big. Sometimes they're too big. Jason, any tackle recommendations for tuna? I would just tell you, be prepared. When you go tuna fishing this year, guys, you got to be prepared for school-sized fish, 20-pound fish to 30-pound fish. You got to be prepared for 50 to 60-pound fish, 100-pound fish, and you have to be prepared for 200-pound fish. So if you don't want to fish at night with the flat falls and the other jigs for the 200-pound fish, then go ahead and fish, the other stuff during the day. But you're going to need like 3 or 4 outfits if you try to fish for everything. So that's what I would say. And you need different size hooks, and bring a few sinkers in case. Like last year, a lot of the tuna that I caught them with 4 ounce sinkers going down a little bit deeper with rubber bands. I know Jeff did a lot of that last year too, so I would suggest that. But Jeff can give you some more in-depth tackle recommendations for rods. And don't feel like you have to always buy the rods if you don't do a lot of fishing. If you don't own two speed reels and all that, you can always go rent that. Jason, thanks. First time going. Planning to buy a rod for this trip, but yeah, I would. If you haven't done a lot of tuna fishing, I'd recommend that you rent it, and then once you try it, then you can do that. Ellie, Hernandez, what braid line do you recommend? There's a lot of spectra lines out there, but for the money, it's hard to beat Iserline. It's inexpensive, works fine. I really like white. I mean, you can get it in other colors, but I like white because it's easy to see. I tried the blues and all dark greens and all that, and the late in the day and early morning, it's impossible to see. So, Iserline, they have really good quality line, and it's very inexpensive. So I would recommend that. They're not a sponsor. I pay them for my line, but just tell you about it. I'll let you guys know Terry donated a bunch of fishing tackle to my youth foundation today. She found a good deal on some rods and reels, picked them up, and donated them. So, Terry, thank you very much for your donation. And I got a surprise donation today, too, from a friend of mine who I forgot he worked for Shimano years ago and retired a few years back. And he found a bunch of Shimano reels that he had as samples, and he donated them today for our youth foundation too. So we'll have those at our next fishing tackle swap meet, which probably won't be till November. Jack, can you eat Southern California yellowtail right after you catch on a boat? I would think all fish need to be frozen. I mean, there's parasites in them. I would recommend you freeze them. I know lots of people don't do that. I've seen guys, eat calico bass for sashimi right on the boat, but I would say that. That would be my advice. Okay. I mean, even a lot of the tuna trips I go on, we do day and a half or 2 day trips. They'll take a tuna first thing in the morning and throw it in the flash freezer. And after it's frozen a little bit, they'll defrost it and then they'll serve it to us as sashimi. Natalina, she liked my YouTube page. Thank you. It looks like, from what I saw on the fish counts today, that they're catching yellowtail and bluefin tuna offshore. And I think Jeff said too when he was offshore last time they found them. Okay, Jack, you got your answer. Jeff says he eats somewhere on the boat all the time. So I guess it's okay. I guess it's not as bad as I thought. Alex wants to take me to the Channel Islands. Yeah, I don't know if it would be cheaper when you look at the price of what the boats are, Lloyd, but I could look into it. Tango whiskey, really? Why do they get sheephead on the islands? Yeah, sheephead like structures. Sheephead are in the kelp beds or around the rocks. That's what they like. Also, Fish Killer says that some parasites won't die in the freezer. I didn't know that. And I still got plenty of room, guys, on my East Cape trip. So if any of you are interested in going on a travel trip with me, I have plenty of room on that trip. And I'd like to get at least 20 more people to go. I think we're up to about 15 right now. And I was really surprised how quick you guys signed up for Alaska. I mean, we sold that Alaska trip out in 3 weeks. So, and the East Cape trip is cheap. It's only $750, and it's only $750, and that's based on 4 people on a boat, 2 people to a room. All right, guys. It's after 8 o'clock. I got stuff to get ready for tomorrow. So let's get the last call on the raffle tickets. So I got Jayhawk. Jayhawk, you're in. Jayhawk 992. I've been talking too much. Oh, that's your son. Okay. I'm sorry. Nathan, your son. Hello. Sorry. Sorry. I blew it. Told you guys I'm bad at names. Yeah, Jeff knows I'm saying some of the things I'm saying because I don't want to get sued later because somebody gets parasites in their body and they play this in court and say, well, Dan said it was okay to eat that raw. So. All right, Adrian, I got you too. Thank you. And I'm sorry about messing up your son's name. Got Adrian. All right, so we're going to do the raffle. I'm going to do my last chum line of the night. April. Come get your food. April. Okay. Well, I haven't seen the accurate video. I sent an email to the boys telling them I was sorry about hearing about their father passing away. So. John. Thank you, John. Yeah, Jeff did send me some pictures of some big crappie. April. All right, so if any of you are interested in going to the East Cape with us, you can call our office, or you can just call Palmas de Cortez and tell me you want to be part of the Dan Hernandez group, and that would be great. All right, here's our last demonstration of the night. If April was younger, she'd be moving faster, but she's old like me. All right, let's see who's going to win all this stuff here. We've got all the names in here. Now let's see who it is. Thank you guys all for being nice and helping each other out. Really appreciate it all. All right, here we go. And today's winner is Robert Saldana. Robert, you're the winner. Congratulations. And that stuff will go out to you on Tuesday when I'm back in the office. Maybe Monday I'll be in the office, but I will be in Santa Barbara tomorrow and fishing up there on Saturday, then doing a private charter on Sunday. So, Robert, congratulations. That's all yours, and it'll be coming to you next week. And if you guys want to start booking your private charters with me for the summer, I can't believe people are already booking trips for September, but I have charters booked for September, a couple charters booked for July. I think 2 charters already booked for June. So if there's a day that you want to go, there's the rates there, so you guys can find them there. Alex, I would say call up there and see if they have room open for Sunday. But from what the guys are telling me, they're pretty booked up. The trip I'm on Saturday is a private charter. The fishing club I belong to, so I'm fishing with those guys. They chartered the boat back in December. Kevin, what days is Monica in the office? She's normally there Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right. John, you're welcome. I'm glad I was able to answer the questions. Again, sorry for messing up the names. And thank you guys all very much for being here and being kind to each other and helping each other out with answers. All the regulars, Jeff, Tyler, all you guys, Kevin, all of you that answer all the questions for everybody. Thank you guys very much. All right. Good night, everybody. I'll see you on Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. And come join me. Let's go fishing together. Thanks, guys. Bye.